everybody, I'm going to make a quick video on how to take a test online for Art 111. The first thing you want to do is go over the review sheet. You should go through the book and the chapter slides. Again, those are on the left side of your homepage. Those are notes there for you already based on the book and lectures. You could go through those and look at the objects that are on the review sheet and take notes on those things. It is a limited amount of things, not everything in the chapter. It seems like a lot, but again, you're taking 2 units worth of notes at one time. You can use your notes for the exam, and I highly recommend you do it this way with your notes focused on those things with the information from the chapter, because the test is based exactly on those things, not on Wikipedia. You should type your essay question first before the exam so that it's ready just to be pasted in the test. That way, that's worth 20 points. That way, you already have it done. It's already good to go. You get as many points as possible. You've used your book for that. Perfect. You're ready to get all the rest of the points. Set aside 70 minutes, which is what the test is set for, which is a lot of time. You will not need 70 minutes most likely, but I've given you a lot of time. It's our first test. It's a new format, just so you can feel like you can take your time and not rush through it. Find a quiet place that has very good Wi-Fi or internet. Log into Blackboard and launch the test. All right, so those are the steps you're going to take. The essay that I posted last week, please don't plagiarize. You'll just get a 0 on the answer. And if you do it again, you'll get a 0 on the test. And if you do it more than once plagiarizing, you will get an academic violation. So please don't. I always know when students take from other things. Don't just copy and paste something on the form that isn't your own writing. All right, so you're going to compare the pyramids, Parthenon, Pantheon, and Chartres Cathedral from the two chapters 3.1 and 3.2. You are to describe the architectural inventions and techniques. So you'll have words like post and lintel, columns, you'll have dome, arch. For the Pantheon, you will have flying buttresses, vaulted ceilings, stained glass, all the things that you just put into your medieval building, which is sort of a warm up for this answer. So you should describe the inventions in chronological order, what leads to what. The pyramids, they kind of stand on their own, but maybe scale wise, they influence how other cultures might think about buildings. All right, so how are they made? What's the important buzzwords, terminology you should apply? What they are used for? How they affect the religion. So you should say what the religion is. Pyramids reflect exactly what the Egyptians believed about death. Parthenon, Pantheon, about pagan gods and what specific pagan god for this one, for Parthenon. And Chartres Cathedral. Why do they need a cathedral to be shaped like a Latin cross, right? So the religions and how they use it. And then how do they reflect power? And when you talk about power, don't just say how it reflects, but who gets the power, right? So the pyramids, yes, scale indicates power, but whose power? Same thing with the Parthenon and the Pantheon and the cathedral. All right, you can email me if you have questions on the essay. That is meant for you to have ahead and get as many points as possible. You have days to take the test. It's open from Tuesday, I'll open it tomorrow morning, until Friday night at midnight. I hope that's not your Friday night plans, but it could be. All right, when you log in, the timer is set for 70 minutes with forced completion. That means after 70 minutes, you will be kicked off. Again, that should be plenty of time. You already have the big question ahead of time. The test is also set for no backtracking. I'm just going to say all of this is set this way to eliminate as much cheating as possible. I'm trying to make it easy for you not to cheat. If you want to make it hard and try to cheat, you're going to maybe get kicked out of the test. All right, so there's no backtracking allowed. So if you see a question, you can't go back to it. So you need to answer it. And then submit it, and then it'll give you the next question. Questions are set to generate randomly. So both the questions are random and the answers. So say multiple choice. Your A, B, C, D will not be somebody else's. It'll be, whatever. So this is also to eliminate cheating. You don't have time to just use your book and look up information, and God help you from Wikipedia. So take notes based on the review sheet and study. Um, don't take the time to look up dates. You do not need specific dates. What you need are time periods. So we have the big time periods on your review sheet. Those are in bold. Paleolithic, Neolithic, Mesopotamian or Bronze Age, Egyptian, Greek, Roman, early Christian, Romanesque, Gothic. Those are the time periods. You do not need to know 20,000 BCE or 800 AD. Those are just wasteful. We don't need to memorize dates or know them or look them up during a test. You just need to know the time periods. So here, this is an example. This is from your first page of the review sheet. You can see Paleolithic, Neolithic. We only have one thing for Neolithic, Bronze Age, Egypt. Those are time periods in the bold. So that's what you want to put on a test if you're asked to identify the time period of something. Okay, what to expect on the test? What types of questions? We got multiple choice. We have matching pictures to terms, periods, or titles. I'll give you an example of that because it's a visual test. This might be a little bit different than other tests you've taken, so I'll show you an example of that. Comparisons or short answers. Those will have images, attached to them. The multiple choice are just words, but then the rest have images attached to them. So the comparison, short answers, you will identify and describe. Again, when you identify, it's time period, not date, and describe each and answer the comparison or short answer question, and then the essay you already have. So that's the type of questions that will be on the test this time. So this is an example of a matching. So it goes beyond just like, this is the thing, what's the title? You should know something about the things. This is where the test, measures your understanding, not just like, can you look up what a thing is? All right, so the term anthropomorphic is on your review sheet, right? That's a combination of when inanimate or animal things take on human qualities. Number two is abandoned Neolithic settlement. I just showed you on the list, you only have one Neolithic thing, and then one represents fertility. So the answers are B, the lion-headed man is anthropomorphic. C, Çatalhöyük is the abandoned settlement. And A, the Venus of La Salle is a fertility figure. And all of this is in your book. It's in your review sheet or your chapter slides. So these are on the, this is the information you would need for Çatalhöyük, not just what it was, but some facts about it. It was an abandoned Neolithic settlement. It had these, sort of apartment-like things, how they got into it, that kind of stuff. So on your review notes, you should have a little bit of information, right? So the Venus of La Salle is a relief sculpture. She holds a bison horn, and she represents fertility, most likely. B, the lion-headed man, is a Paleolithic object that is anthropomorphic, and it was carried around from one place to another. So those are important little facts you would put on your review sheet about those things to be prepared for something like this type of question. You can take the test whenever you want during the given time period, and I highly, highly, highly suggest you do not wait until Friday night. First of all, it's a bummer. Nobody wants to do that on Friday night. Second of all, I do not have office hours on Saturday morning or Friday night. And not that I'm going to give you a second chance or anything, but if you have any difficulties, I'm not around to, like, you'll be very upset and, worried until I get back to you. So take it during the week, I suggest, because then, you know, I'm here for you if there's any issue, and I'm hoping there are no issues. All right. Give yourself enough time to finish. As I said, 70 minutes is plenty of time. Do not be inactive for a long period of time on the test, or you will be timed out. Just as an example, I've gotten emails saying, "Hey, Miss Briggs, I was kicked off the test because so and so showed up and had to do something, and then when I got back to the test, my computer had, timed out. Well, don't answer your door is what I have to say. I don't know what to say about that. Plan your time as if you're in a class in a test taking it, because this is your time for this. Don't toggle back and forth between windows, or you'll be logged out. The test does not. It's very sensitive sometimes. If you are clicking around, it may read you as either inactive, or you might accidentally minimize it or shut it or whatever you do because you are trying to look things up on the internet. You don't have time for that. Take notes ahead of time and then you'll get through it. I'm telling you all this as the best advice possible to succeed in this course and on these tests. I know it's a difficult situation, but that's where we are with this. All right, you are responsible, as it says on your syllabus, for any internet issues. You should have decent internet and a computer that can handle information, right? Like, so there's images and stuff on this. It's all through Blackboard, so if you can use Blackboard easily, it should be no problem. So I've had students who actually have to, go to a coffee shop or come to campus to take the class, to take the test online because they think their home internet is sketchy. That's something you need to plan ahead for. All right, I hope that helps. I hope you get prepared for the test as best you can. Please email me if you have any questions ahead of time. I'm here to help. Thanks.